famous question right now, what is happening with Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin failed to close over the 112k area that we were looking for, and it dropped again. It's again near that support area of 107, 108k, and the story will be the same. The same story will keep repeating throughout this week, Bitcoin bouncing back up, then going down back, because we have some important news coming up. We need to see some sort of a breakout. And to be honest, for this week, I think only news can drive this breakout above the 112k area that we're waiting for. And as we can see now on the other chart, we're consolidating still in this descending triangle pattern, and currently we are facing rejection from the 21 moving average, from the 50 moving average, which are very important levels and indicators. We're facing rejection from those, and both are currently acting as resistance barriers above the current price action. We have to actually see a rebound from this horizontal demand zone of the triangle that you see in green at the bottom. We need the price being rejected from there. However, if we see a breakdown of this current pattern, this will lead to further correction in the market, and the next likely level is the 103k, and then potentially we're gonna go to 98k level. But honestly, going to the 98k level, that's, to be honest, for me, I would consider this as bear market. As of now, I still expect for us to be bullish towards mid to end November. Okay, so that's on the charts. Then we are waiting to see, we need to break above the 112k resistance level. Once that happens, we can expect further bullish momentum, but at this stage, we are just monitoring those fluctuations of Bitcoin's price. At the same time, the global money supply keeps rising, and when the global money supply keeps rising, that gets reflected into the crypto space with delay of around 10 weeks. So the supply already rose 4.5% in September 2025 to a record of 22.2 trillion. We saw that in September, and I would say November are the months where we should expect this expansion coming to the crypto space as well. That's why, in my opinion, we're still gonna see some bullish November periods. And December has historically been performing pretty well. If you open any chart of the altcoins, you would see that the altcoins did the best in the month of December. Okay, so that's the global money supply. And this cycle that we're seeing right now is very different to the previous cycles. Bitcoin is crushing all altcoins, and you can see that here on the chart. Every bounce that we have gets sold very fast. Bitcoin's dominance keep rising pretty much all the time. Big investors only want Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they want that for a reason, because if you've been holding altcoins, and I personally hold altcoins as well myself, we would see that if you held maybe just Bitcoin itself, you would have been much better and much profitable right now, because most of the altcoins have been with very bad performance as of now. So retail investors are gone, and without hype or greed, without retail investors, the altcoin season can't even start, or it can start, we can get that spark, but it can't be sustained for a long period of time, or it can't be the blown off altcoin season that we've seen in the past. It's purely because retail investors are not around, and there is no liquidity coming into the space to push the price of the altcoins up. Or if it gets, then we have the exchanges on the other side that always manipulate everything, they crash the prices, and retail investors disappear immediately. So we've been trapped into this picture, into this circle. I keep recommending, since I started making videos on YouTube, hold Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be one full, just have some percentage, because this, if it doesn't make you profitable, it will at least offset the risks that you're taking with the altcoins. Just remember that. I don't like to give financial advice, but I think holding Bitcoin is a good move, even at this stage. And of course, you can still keep accumulating solid layer 1 altcoins. For the small market cap altcoins, just limit those to maybe 5 to 10% of your whole portfolio. Small market cap projects and meme coins, don't rely on those. They don't bring as much profits as they did in the past, especially if you're aiming to hold them for a longer term. Those are maybe for quick gains, quick selling, quick trades that you can make money and then sell. So that's the calendar for this week. The key important economic data, it's a long list, there are a lot of things ongoing, but the most important ones are the ISM manufacturing PMI today, the ADP non-farm payrolls on Wednesday, we've got the ISM services PMI on Wednesday, consumer sentiment on Friday, and inflation expectations on Friday as well. So a lot for us to look forward to. And most important right now is first the price of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is actually driving the performance of the altcoins as well. It's dominating in the space. We're still in fear. We've been in fear for some time now, I think probably a month already, and I see us moving towards end of November and December to greet an extreme greed. You can see that in the crypto space, things can change very, very quickly. They can change overnight, and we've got big whales, fish that can manipulate that to happen pretty quickly. And you can see retail investors piling up as soon as the headlines say that Bitcoin has hit 130k. So we will be monitoring the price of Bitcoin, but let's see how the altcoins are doing today. All I can say is just take advantage and keep accumulating if you have the money to do so. If you don't have the money to buy anymore, just keep learning, observing, monitoring. With time, you will start realizing patterns, moves, and how to make money. So we see Aster. I think the CEO of Binance actually bought some Aster himself for 2 million, and that's what caused the price to spike from 90 cents, as you can see on the chart, to 1.2, $1.20. He bought himself, he pushed the price up, and I did tell you from the start, we know who is behind this project. So just hold it for short to mid-term. I have still conviction in that this project will be pushed up in the ranking. And this is what we're seeing slowly and slowly. We already made a couple of X when it was first launched on Discord because we caught it very early at 30 cents or something like that. We bought, we sold. I'm still holding a small back of it because I see potential. Caspa minus 8%. It's painful to watch Caspa drop even more, but my conviction is still there, holding this project for the long term. SUI is down 8%. Virtual down 12%. ICP, Internet Computer, is up. So we see Aster and Dash trending when everything else is down. Great discounts in the space for those who can afford to buy. If you have the money to buy, by all means do, because the prices are very cheap right now for some of the projects, and we are in fear. In fearful times is the right time when we should be buying, and in greed is when we should be selling. I would say maybe there are a lot of discounts, and the lower we go, we would see the bigger bubbles, like 20%, 30% drops. Maybe focus on the big market cap projects, on the layer ones that are solid, and accumulate those, because on those you would have less returns, but at least it's more secure. At this stage of crypto, the goal is to make money, but the mindset should be, I want to make just a little, rather than being greedy and trying to make too much. Just make a little bit, but at least make it in a secure way. Because you see, with the small market cap projects, yes, sometimes you have big returns, but most of the times, especially if you're just holding and hoping, or you enter on hype, you would be disappointed and you're more likely to lose. So the right mindset is to try and make money in a more secure way at this stage and not be that greedy. When we have those altcoin seasons that everyone talks about, retail investors are piling up in, this is where you can probably enter into small market cap projects and make more than 10-15x when you buy those. But with the layer ones, you would make less, like 2 to 3x, but at least it's more secure. Those are solid products that even institutions are interested in. So that's for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.